Hello, Facebook friends. It's Carla, your online doctor, with today's Live in 5. Today is Wednesday, March 4th. It is 5 p.m. So yesterday we started talking about muscle testing, and I questioned how you can detect a toxin such as Epstein-Barr virus in the body when you're not actively having an infection. I'm not talking about being antibody positive. I'm talking about how do you detect these things when they're kind of just laying dormant in your body, these viruses. Hello, Moretta. So let's talk about a fascinating way that I believe in to do this. Okay, now you have to keep your mind open because most doctors will think that you are nuts. Okay, so remember, after you've recovered from an acute viral infection, your blood test will show positive antibodies, okay, but negative antigens. Antigens are the proteins that are on the surface of bacteria or viruses or whatever, which you create antibodies to, which helps your body detect these viruses early on. Hey, Jamie. Okay, so if the antigen is not actively present in your blood at the time that they test, you're not going to test positive for that virus or bacteria, right? Okay, so that's how modern medicine checks to see if you're positive for something actively going on at the moment. Now, this will always be the case, meaning your antibodies will always be positive. Once you've been exposed to something naturally, your body creates antibodies, okay? But muscle testing can be used. This is applied kinesiology, which is what we talked a little bit about yesterday. Hello, Teresa. Okay, so a while back, I talked about homeopathic medicine. Now, this type of medicine is basically where they take the medicine, if you want to call it that, and they dilute it down multiple times to where modern chemistry can't detect any molecules of the original substance. Okay, so we would say there's nothing in there, that it's just, let's say, water, right? But nanoparticles or energy from the original substance remains in the liquid, in the water. Yes, I know that sounds bizarre, but that's what homeopathy is all about. So they call this substance, this little liquid that has the energy of whatever you're trying to dilute down, they call it a nosode. It's a remarkably dilute and energetic preparation of the original substance. Now, vials of hundreds of substances in this homeopathic form are actually available for purchase and can be used to muscle test if these substances are present in your body and even if it is the cause of your problem. Hello, Jose. So I have personally been tested and I've seen others tested, and I 100% believe this works. Okay, I've seen people, particularly men, who think they can fight the muscle testing and they can keep that muscle nice and strong in the presence of a toxin that they may have in their body. They can overpower the tester and they can maintain their strength. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to go back and watch yesterday. So if you hold your arm up and you have this homeopathic toxin, let's say, lying on your stomach, and the tester tries to you try to resist, right? You hold your arm up and they try to push your arm down. That toxin is going to make your muscle weak and your arm is going to go down. You will not be able to resist. Trust me, my husband tried it. I've seen lots of people try it. They're like, do it again, because I don't believe it. You take the toxin off, the arm is strong. You put the toxin back on, the arm goes weak. It is fascinating and it is very, very accurate. Now, the nervous system reacts to frequency patterns. We convert everything we see, hear, and smell and taste into wave patterns. And these patterns are stored in tissues as clusters of water molecules. You may not believe this, but it's true. Now, the shape of the water cluster is determined by the vibration that created it. Okay, so if you think I've lost my mind, understand these facts are the basis of nuclear magnetic resonance imaging and spectroscopy. Real world scientific methods that use just what I'm talking about. Okay, these wave patterns within water clusters. Now, frequencies create water clusters, which is how water stores information and is a plausible explanation for how homeopathy actually works. Again, if you don't believe it, that's your own personal choice. I choose to believe it. So back to muscle testing. When you hold a vial that contains similarly shaped water clusters as stored in your tissues, right, where these viruses may be hiding out, you basically are activating those clusters and irritating the tissue, causing the nervous system to weaken temporarily. It is amazing, and you physically cannot fight it. Now, vials are available in categories that include foods, microbes, meaning bacteria, viruses, etc., synthetic or man-made chemicals, biologic or naturally occurring chemicals, endogenous chemicals produced by the body, non-chemical frequencies like emotions, and even EMFs. Okay? So we're going to continue talking about this tomorrow, because what you can do about this once you identify the substances making you weak is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to leave you hanging, guys. You have to tune in tomorrow because it is amazing. Yeah, Moretta, it is actually incredible to watch. I am taking my daughter on Friday to have a second procedure, if it's okay with her and Leslie, who does her detoxing. I may record a little session of it to show you. You may think it's staged. You may not believe it. I do. So if you believe me and you trust me, you got to see it. So hopefully they'll let me record on Friday and you can kind of get a sneak peek. So on that note, I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will see you again tomorrow for another Live in 5.